Have you ever met someone who genuinely enjoys being alone? Not because they're angry, not because they're depressed, and definitely not because they hate people. They simply prefer solitude. And in a world that constantly celebrates socializing, that can seem incredibly strange. But according to psychology, wanting to be alone is often far healthier than most people think. So let's explore exactly why.
First, it's important to understand the crucial difference between solitude and loneliness. Many people use these words as if they mean the exact same thing, but psychologists say they are completely different. Loneliness is the painful feeling of lacking meaningful connection, whereas solitude, on the other hand, is simply the choice to spend time alone. It's a conscious decision rather than a forced circumstance. American psychologist Dr. John Cacioppo, one of the world's leading loneliness researchers at the University of Chicago, spent years studying this distinction. His work clearly showed that loneliness can negatively affect mental and physical health, but voluntary solitude is not the same thing at all. In fact, solitude can be incredibly beneficial when it's chosen rather than forced. One reason people enjoy being alone is that solitude gives the brain a vital chance to recover. Every single conversation, notification, and social interaction constantly demands your active attention. When we're completely surrounded by non-stop noise, our minds rarely get a proper chance to rest. Research in psychology has found that periods of solitude can help regulate emotions and reduce mental overstimulation, allowing people to finally slow down, process their experiences, and regain a true sense of calm. Another massive reason is self-discovery. When we're constantly around others, our attention naturally focuses outward. But when we're alone, we finally begin paying attention to our own thoughts, values, and goals. Psychologists Christopher Long and James Averill found that solitude can promote self-reflection, creativity, and personal growth, helping people understand themselves much more clearly. There's also a common misconception that people who enjoy solitude are completely antisocial, but that is not true at all. Many people who value alone time deeply enjoy meaningful relationships. They simply don't need constant interaction to feel fulfilled. Psychologist and author Susan Cain, known for her work on introversion, has often emphasized that some individuals recharge through quiet reflection rather than continuous social stimulation. In other words, being alone doesn't mean someone is disconnected. Sometimes it simply means they're recharging. And perhaps that's the biggest lesson. The desire to be alone isn't always a sign that something is wrong. Sometimes it's a sign that a person understands exactly what they need. A little peace, a little space, and a chance to hear their own thoughts in a world that's constantly competing for their attention. So the next time someone chooses solitude, don't assume they're lonely. They may simply be taking care of their mind, and honestly, that's something all of us could probably do a little more often.
Bye! See you later!